Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Friday, the 22nd of October. It's the end of the working week again. Yet another incredibly fast week. Uh, another period has sped by. We'll get on with our hard level Sudoku puzzle from the Guardian in just a second. Before I mention something in the news and kind of twist of fate or something. From 1977 to 1992, approximately 90% of the elephant population in Mozambique was wiped out because of civil war, because of poaching. Well, people killing the elephants to sell their tusks. And uh, at the moment, a huge number of elephants are being born tuskless. Female elephants are being born without tusks, and you might imagine, oh, is that some kind of genetic evolution or something like that? It's not really like that, although in a way it is. But what happened was the number of elephants that were left, because there were so few elephants left. The ones that were left actually had some genetic mutation, carried a gene for had, if I can speak correctly, genetic mutation in them, so the offspring were born with this gene, and this has led over the years to many elephants being born without tusks. So to poachers, because you won't be able to kill them for their tusks now. They don't have any. But this trend may actually reverse over in future. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a permanent effect, but it's quite a weird twist of fate that those people who would love to be killing the elephants for their tusks won't be able to now because they don't have any. Right, let's get on with our Guardian Sudoku puzzle. Pick up the pen and have a look at this grid, which I haven't looked at yet. It is, when we say hot off the press, this was literally just a couple of minutes ago. They just put the game up. It's very dark here. I've got the light switched on, which can sometimes lead to a shadow on the screen. So hopefully we won't be too affected by shadows. But anyway, I've tried to avoid that as much as possible. How do we play this game? We have rows across, we have columns down, and we have these blocks of numbers. And the numbers go between 1 and 9, and that's it. And each number can fit in its row, column, or block only one time. So this 7 can be once in this column only, and this 7 can be once in this column only. So these 3 squares could not possibly be 7 because we already have 7 here. Same for this square because of this 7. And then in this row, 7 blocks across here. So there's a kind of blocking effect, down, down, across. Okay, that gives us our first number. Got it? Understand how to play the game now? Good. So then let's get on and play the game by looking for similar kinds of things all around. So 8 blocking across here, 8 blocking across here, and 8 blocking down will give us an 8 to place in this square here. By the way, if you do see that, if you're new to the game and you see you've limited to one number, limited the empty squares to just one number, you know that it is that number. You don't have to be looking for other possibilities or other alternatives at that point. Okay, I'm speaking very quickly. I've got my voice back after almost losing my voice yesterday evening from speaking constantly. Not for Sudoku, by the way, for other things. Okay. It says hard level puzzle. For those of you new to the channel, I will say that I don't play the games ahead of time. I have no idea how it's going to work out. The Guardian can sometimes misrepresent its level of difficulty. So I don't know if it's going to turn out to be a very difficult puzzle. I think it might be harder than usual, actually, looking at it right now. I can't really. I don't really know because I don't rehearse. Actually, it is looking like there aren't many easy ones available, and I may have to be doing this very methodically, as opposed to my usual random gameplay on the Guardian. I really think so. Interesting. Well, that is looking like it could be a tough one for a change, one that requires a reasonable amount of thought. Wow, okay, Guardian, thank you. Giving us something to think about. Okay, I'm gonna just look through one by one each number and just kind of see what I can see very quickly. One is nothing really to see, nothing to see here. There's only a single one here, so there's not much else we can do. 2 blocks across, 2 is available in those squares as a pair. Down here we've got 3 possibilities, but not limited to a pair, which is what I need to look for at this stage. And down here we don't have any 2s really, so that's quite tricky. 3 in these squares here, 3 here. Okay, 4s somewhere along there. Down here, that's not much else. 5s up here, and 5s in these. Did I just see something here? 3s and 5s. Okay, so this is probably the place to be looking. So these 2 squares contain 3 or 5. 3 blocking down here and 3 up here. 5 down here, 5 up here. So these 2 have to contain 3 or 5. So that means this 1 will be in one of these 2 squares and will be up here like this. 3, 5, 1. 9 will be down here as usual. 9 across there. Still not getting there. Oh, this is looking like a good puzzle. The reason I'm starting so early is that I've got work to do this morning. I have an appointment, and so okay, I'm going to put in pencil marks. Oh, well done, Guardian, making me put in pencil marks on a hard level puzzle. So 3 and 5, they go here like this. 1 goes in these squares and these 2 squares here. So I'm going to put in 9 blocks across here. I'm focusing on here because I've got something already. 9 is in these 2 squares like this. No. All right. Okay. Let's go on with our pencil marking then, shall we? And try to. All right. Let's go. Let's do it then. So 1 up there. What else do we know? Okay, 2s then. So let's put in a pair of 2s in those squares there. much else. Three blocks across here, 3 blocks across here. So if you're new to the game, what I'm doing is putting in potential places where these numbers can go. Candidates, we call them, pencil marks. I'm using a pen, but referred to as pencil marks usually. So if you have not played the game before, it just means these are kind of limited possibilities that are useful for putting in, so we know that what can go there. And it's useful because it also means we know where things cannot go. Okay, 4 blocking across here, 4 blocking across here. So 4 is available in those 2 places there. And I'm just looking for pairs. I'm not looking for more than pairs at the moment. 5 blocking across here and 5 blocking across here. So 5 is available in those 2 squares. Okay. 6 blocks down here, 6 blocks across here. So that's a pair of 6s there. 6 blocks across here, 6 blocks across here, and 6 blocks up here. So that's a pair of 6s there. Seven blocks across here, and up here. So that's a pair of 7s in there, those squares. 7 across here, 7 across here. Pair of 7s there. 7 across this row gives us 7s in those squares. Eight blocking down here, 8 across here, so 8 is here. Aha, this is what I should have found earlier. Okay, so now we can place an 8. This is one I should have found before. 8 blocking up here, 8 blocking up here now. So that is an 8 that we can place there. Now 8 across here, up here, up here. That gives us an 8 in that square there. Eight blocking down here, and across the middle. So that's a pair of 8s there. And now 9s, 9 blocking up here, gives me a pair of 9s in those squares there. And I think that's our pairs done for the moment. So we didn't get any what we term naked pairs or matching pairs, sometimes described as, which usually help us a lot. So we have one example here, there's 3 and 5, and that's it. Okay, so let's see what numbers are missing from this column now. So 1, we don't have 2, we don't have 4, and we don't have 9, 2, 4, and 9. Now this 4 blocks this square, so we can say now that 4 has to be a pair here or here because we need it for this column, right? And that will mean 4 is also a pair up here because blocking up here, right? The other missing number is 2, but the 2 we don't know. We got no information. It could come here, here, or here. So we just don't know anything about that yet. Now, 4 is blocking here, 4 blocks here, 4 blocks here. So actually, 4 must also appear in one of these 2 squares here, like this. Okay. Now, if you notice, 4 is also down here marked as a pair. So now we've got left row. If I'm going to examine these 3 boxes together, we call a chute. Okay. Now, the top 3, they are kind of linked in a way. If you imagine, you can look along this, or down, up and down this chute. Okay. Now we have a 4 in the left row and the left column, sorry, and the center column here, and here. So in this block, which is the 3rd block of the chute, it cannot be. It will have to be in the right-hand column. I'm not speaking very well. It's because it's so early in the morning, I think. The 4 will have to be in one of these 2 squares because it's not in in this block and in this block it's limited to left and center. So here has to be in one of these two squares. And what do we see? There is a 4 blocking here. So now we know 4 goes here. And now we overwrote our 7, so we know that 7 goes here. So 7 blocking up, 7 blocking up, 7 here now. So we know 7 goes there. And we can now say 7 blocking across here, 7 goes here, 1 goes here like this. And the 4, now this can't be true. We had 4 as a pair here or here. This can't be true. 4 now has to be in that square there. Now I've got to remove the candidates that I wrote in before, because that 7 now we don't need, and this 4 we don't now need. Okay, so we know this is either 9 or 2, and this is either 9 or 2 as well. We can tell that. Right, I hope you understood that. That worked out quite nicely. And now there's only one more number to get here, isn't there? And this is in fact a 9. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 9. And when we put that 9 in, we now know that 9, we don't know where it comes. It's one of those. 9 will block this 9. And so now we know that 9 is indeed the missing number from here. And this will have to be a 2. Hope you understood that. It also means that this number here will be a 2. Okay, like this has to be a 2 now. Because 2 blocking down here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5. So all of the numbers are accounted for here. We haven't placed them all yet, but they're all accounted for. Right, what else? Now this 7 that we placed here now means that this 7 is no longer true, so we can remove it, and we can place the 7 here, and we're overwriting a 6, so we know that 6 goes there. Now we can say the missing number here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9, but we have a blocking 9 here, so in fact we know immediately that the 9 is in that square, and the 8 is the last square that we need there, meaning that this 8 is no longer true, so that's the 8 there. We're overwriting a 5, so the 5 goes there. Let's cross out that 8. This is a good example of how to use candidates, by the way. If you are new to the game, I think this will help you to understand candidates quite well. This is a quite nice game. Now we only have one number missing here. 1. We don't have a 2 yet. So we know that 2 has to go in there. We have everything else, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 2 there. That also means this 2 blocking across here like this means that 2 has got to be in one of these 2 squares, right? And now there's only one number missing here. We have everything except for 1. Everything is accounted for except for 1. So 1 must go there. Now we can find out what these missing numbers are, all of these. We may be able to place them, we may not. We don't know yet. We need to find out what they are. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 is the missing number here. Can we place it? Do we have any intersecting 9s from up here? No. So let's put 9 as a pair here and here like this. Now let's see what's missing down here. Do we have a 1? No, we don't. Do we have a 2? Yes, here. 3, 4 here, 5. Any 6s? No. So these are 1 and 6. Any intersecting 1s or 6s? No. So let's put them in as candidates. So 1 and 6, like this. Okay. I like this game actually. Sometimes you get a nice feel for games. So 4 blocking up here, 4 blocking up here is going to give me a pair of 4s in these 2 squares here. Right, now 1 blocking up here and 1 blocking across here means that 1 has to be in these 2 squares, but look here, it can't be here, can it? So we can immediately remove it and say that the 1 has to go here. And now look, we're overwriting a 9 and a 4, so we can put in them, we know, as they were part of a pair, we can immediately put them in. Okay, and this 4 back down here now we know that the 4 must be in this square because it blocks here and the 2 goes there. This 9 now stops that from being a 9, so we now know that the 9 is in that square and the 4 is there. This 4 means that the 4 has to be there now, and we can remove this excess candidate. We don't need it anymore. Okay. Right. So let's see what else we have. We have this 1 blocking down here and this 1 blocking up here. So we now know that the 1 is in that square. Now we have only 1 empty square in this column. 1, 2. There's no 3 in this column. We've got everything else. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See? So it must be a 3. So we place our 3 there. Now the missing numbers here now are 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5. We don't have 6. 7, 8, 9. Yes. And we have a 6 intersecting here. So we know the 6 must be in this square and the 5 must be in this square here. Now the missing number across this row is 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 5, but we've got an intersecting 5 here. And so we know that the 5 is in this square, and the 2 that we had penciled is our last number there. Okay. Now we're going to look at this column down here, and we're going to say that this is a 1, because this 1 means this is blocked here, and this 1 blocks this square here. We don't yet have a 1 in this column, so we know that the 1 must be there, because blocking there and blocking there. Okay. And that means that this square now is a 2, because it was either a 1 or a 2, and this 1 is in this square here. Okay, so let's see what else needs to be done. Okay, so this 6 now stops. When we had 6 as a pair here, but this 6 means that that's no longer true, because it's blocked by this square that this 6 that we put in already. So we can put the 6 there, and we can remove candidate 6. In fact, there's only 1 number missing now. 1, 2. There's no 3 in this column, so we can put our 3 here. And now when we come swing back over this way, 3 or 5, we now know that's a 5. And that's our 3 there. Now 3 blocking across here, 3 blocking across here gives us a 3 in that square. Just 1 number missing across here. It's a 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 5. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 5. And the missing number in this block here is now a 2. Okay. 1 number missing across this row here, and it looks like a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 5. Okay. Missing number across here now is 2, either from this block or from this row. It's the same thing, but 2 blocks here. So the 2 goes there, and the 9 is the last number to put in. Now this 9 means that this is a 3, because we only had a choice of 3 or 9, and the same thing here, this has to be a 9, because we only had that choice. Nothing else is possible. Now this 9 blocks up here, so no 9 allowed in these 2 squares, and this 9 blocks across here, so blocking and blocking across here. We don't have a 9 in this block yet, block 2, so we know that the 9 goes there. Now this says 1 or 6 here, so if you see another empty square, if this is 1 or 6, this also, if everything tallies, this will also have to be either 1 or 6, but we know that it can't be 6 because we've got an intersecting 6 here. So we know that the 1 is there and the 6 is there, and that gives us a 1 in this square here. Now we've got 1 number missing, 1, 2, we don't yet have a 3, so we'll place our 3 there, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have a 6 yet, or we don't have a 6 for that row, whichever way you want to look at it. Okay, I like that puzzle. I liked it. It says hard level, it's not probably a medium level or something like that, but it was enjoyable. I liked the way it made me think from the beginning, and just some puzzles just seem to be nice to solve. I guess sometimes it's about what mood you're in. I'm in an early morning mood, but sometimes just the puzzle itself can be pleasurable in particular ways, intangible, not very difficult to describe why some games are preferable. But I like that one in particular. So thank you very much for joining me. Come back for more Sudoku whenever you're in a Sudoku mood. Thank you. Bye bye.